The Charger drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Push him back. Push him back.
Greystone, travel.
Check. Check. Watch the eye.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Now.
On 2nd down, it's McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Yo, go, go. Snoop.
Hey, defense, let's go. 24 is the mic.
Ready.
24 is the mic. Check.
Here's McSorley now, 3rd and long. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now Jones. "27 yards there, a 1st down." Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Ready. Slack 25.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Quit talking about it and bring it.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones, and he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Oh, yeah.
Taron Johnson made the stop.
53, 53, check 53.
He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Hey, stop.
53 is the mic. Hey, me and you all get the ball. Max, Mike, I'm coming after you.
On 3rd down, Winston. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now Thomas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. 21-0 our score after 1.
Ready? 50, plant. Hey, echo.
Coming after you. I'm coming after you.
20 clear.
And let's get that ball, man. Let's get that ball.
Right up.
On 2nd and 12, McSorley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They run with Thomas. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Look at me. Zipper.
Check.
I'll go. Get it.
On 2nd and 11 now. McSorley, he's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Fair. Like, be grip.
On first down, it's Thomas. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mike 96.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McSorley throwing middle, but it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Go!
Watch the twist.
On third down, it's McSorley. And that will be incomplete. It was Ricardo Allen there on the coverage. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. This is Jones. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. Here's Jones. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Black 22.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Green, triple T.
Check 50.
Easy.
53.
5-0.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Pick the edge. Easy. Hey.
53. Mike.
Watch the slip.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. Being chased out left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Ready to go.
On 2nd and 9, McSorley flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Now.
I got you, boy. 24 is the mic. Danny.
Put up.
24 is the mic.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's complete to Grant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Yo! 24's the mic. Watch one, watch one. 20.
Hey, Alpha,
I'll get him.
come.
Looking to throw on first and 10. Here's McSorley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Hey, exit.
24's the mic. Come up the ball hard.
Yo, go, go.
Yo! 24's the mic.
Go. Ready.
Second and 10, it's McSorley. Past the 20. Completes it to Davis. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18.
As this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
McSorley sets to pass. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Pop. 24's the mic.
Hey, let's get this. Hey, high 7.
24's the mic.
Get it.
On second and 10, McSorley to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Hey, wahoo, go.
I got him. 24's the mic.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Clear. Deep river.
It'll be McSorley again. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with their safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
At their own 13-yard line.
Ready?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
25.
Check 53's Mike.
You must be dreaming.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check, 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 check.
Let him go.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
53.
I'm trying to collect.
Alert flare, alert flare, flare, flare.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Wait. Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Winston lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills taking the lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Check out.
Hey, lock it. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. McSorley. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need it in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
We own them. Look at me. Zipper.
24.
Now.
This is Mostert. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for L.A.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football, caught them off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
Go.
That's me. 24.
Yeah.
Double. 20.
Now. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Here's Mostert. And he's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
Meh.
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
20.
Yep. Know your job.
Check. Right.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Thomas. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Kill.
80 weapon. Hey, orbit.
Alert 3.
Go. Hit it.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. McSorley. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Following the interception, Winston. Complete. It's Johnson. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Let's go.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Ready. Blue 80.
Mike 51.
Hey. No, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Ready.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Watch it.
Tighten up.
Flip it.
51 to Mike, boy. 51. Get him on.
Play action now. Winston. It's Hill. Complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Wait. Green, triple team. Hey, easy. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
They go back to the ground with Jones. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Ronald Jones, 55 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
You 61, matchbox lights. Ready?
Throwing on 2nd and 8. McSorley looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. You ain't got nothing.
24 is the
Bravo.
screen. Watch the screen.
Like,
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 24 is the mic.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Baby, it's game, baby.
got it.
And the penalty, a big assist to this offense. Now it's 3rd and 3.
Get it.
This is Thomas. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Ready. 18 Gator. Hey, Sam off. Be careful.
On the ground, it's Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line.
32 fighter.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Buzz. Sit up.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Protein spill. 96 is coming. We got Mike 96. Get that quarterback, D-line.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get 3 of those penalty yards back here, leaving him with a 2nd and 12. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
On the double. X3. 218. Chopper. Go.
On 2nd and 12. McSorley. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Go. Hey, Zoo. Cut. Snap.
Out of the shotgun, McSorley. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Look at me. Zipper. Ready, go.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 24.
Hey, seam six. Seam six. All right. Let's go.
On fourth down, here's McSorley. This one caught by Davis. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15.
Go.
24 is the mic.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Go.
McSorley once more looks to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Hey, Echo. Yes, yes.
Watch the back here. 24 is the mic. Man out, man out, man out.
Line. Hit it.
On 2nd and 15 now. McSorley nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Check 31, check 31.
Look at me. Go, go. Clear.
Now McSorley. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, but this is going to backfire as it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise or throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Watch 41, watch 41.
The Bills on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Easy.
From the gun, Winston. Room past the 20. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. As they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. A gain of 39 that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Throwing right, and that's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that 1st down completion went just shy of the marker. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Mike. Ready. Black 25.
Mike. Watch the run.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Tyreek Hill, his 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Hey! Stay at home.
Mike 96. Mike 96. Right. Let's pin the mirror. Get it.
Here's McSorley to throw. And that is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Ready? Blue 80.
Check. 53's Mike.
I got one. Easy. Let's go.
On first down, Jones. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it first and goal. Now Jones. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Come on.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Double tight. 4 down. Check.
Yo. Go. Now go.
You got to get that.
Deep grip.
They'll run on first down. Thomas. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's get it.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, a running play ends up going backwards as he won't get close to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose 4 yards.
On the ready.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Topper. Now.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. McSorley. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Go.
McSorley from the shotgun. And that will be incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Here's Hill on the return. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that.
What you got? What you got? Easy. Hey, give me some. Give me some. Even. Jump. Let me go.
Winston here to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
That's going to be a long day.
Check 99. Check 99.
Let's go.
Finding room at the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Let's go. Lady Weapon. Here we got Mike.
Let's go. Let's convert.
Record. Switch.
Easy.
Winston now to throw on first down. Flush to his right. Gets this one to Hill. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL. In terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Switch.
Shift. Easy. Hey, check. Shift. Let's go.
From the shotgun to give to Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Ready? White 25.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey.
Pick it up, D.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
He's coming,
Sonic. Rush in.
They're looking to throw this. Winston is going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Daryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready, break.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Ready.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get
Back.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bills, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it.